What is up? What is going on, PPW community? It is Dirty Dave here going through the results of the King Kong Bundy Memorial Tournament. Of course, King Kong Bundy, known for being master of the 5-count. All matches on this show had to be won via a 5-count victory. It was an incredible night of action that you could watch for yourself with myself on commentary, with all of the shenanigans, all the chaos on ppwlive.com, through our Patreon and YouTube channels. Don't forget to give us a follow on all three of those. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter, which is now X. It's still Twitter, just like it's still the Sears Tower, guys. Come on. What are we doing here? We're on TikTok. We're on Rumble, and we're on ProWrestlingTees.com. Get your favorite merchandise when you come out to our shows in Rockford now. Again, we're in Rockford finally. You can wear the merchandise of all your favorite competitors from PPW and support them as they go out there and put on these tapings. And we're going to start off going right into the results then. The first match of the night started off with the science class having a little bit of action. It was Charlie Hustle, the new and improved Charlie Hustle, out there against Rockstar Rosie, the king of the Iron Man. And again, these matches all needed 5-count victories via pinfall. This one had a 10-minute time limit, and this was an upset victory for Charlie Hustle. Of course, the science class got involved a little bit, but you've seen recently Charlie Hustle going up against Rockstar Rosie quite a bit recently, every week getting better, doing more offense, and this week it got the victory, getting the full 5-count on Rockstar Rosie. So a very impressive win to start off the show by Charlie Hustle, which led us into our second match, a huge matchup, a dream match for PPW, as badass Brandon Campbell took on the current and reigning PPW World Heavyweight Champion, El Guerrero Jose Acosta. And I'll tell you right now, folks, Jose hit Brandon Campbell with everything he could possibly find. He went absolutely crazy, hit him with everything in his arsenal. And at one point hit him with a jumping knee right to the jaw. I thought knocked Brandon completely out. I was wrong in that, though, because Brandon got out of the daze and hit a massive spear on Jose Acosta. He gets the pinfall. He got the 5-count victory, and he moved on to the second round of the tournament. And I'm just going to say that it was not a bit of an upset, which led the creator of PPW, the man in charge, Rockin' Randy, to announce that because Brandon Campbell had gotten the victory over Jose Acosta, he is the new number 1 contender for the PPW Heavyweight Championship. At Dominance 2023, our next taping, which can be taking place this upcoming Saturday, you're going to have to be there. You're going to want to watch Brandon Campbell get his shot at Jose Acosta. Jose, after getting a 5-count fall loss, is going to have to do a lot to put away Brandon Campbell. But we know his tricks and his shenanigans that he loves to pull out. So we'll see who is going to be walking out of next week's taping with that championship. Our third match was Jesse Danger. He was taking on Zero Gold in this match. And the science class, they got involved in the first match. You know they're always a threat to get involved in further matches. In this match, they actually completely ruined the match. They jumped in. They all started attacking Jesse Danger. Even with the match being ended, they kept beating him down until who came out to make the save? But Matty Ice, Matt Vine, comes out to help the hometown guy, Jesse Danger, take away the science class, and issued a challenge for a tag team match to Marcus and Zero Gold, which was accepted by two of the 4 members of the science class, meaning it would be a tag team match for later on in the night. Matty Ice, Jesse Danger versus Marcus Smart, and 0 gold. That ended up being our co-main event of the night, but we still had other matches to go through in the King Kong Bundy tournament. Mickey Sin, who was a part of that beatdown, came out next. He took on the Challenge Pro champion, Jay Leon, the Relentless One himself. And Mickey Sin, to his credit, hits a huge power bomb in the middle of the ring and picked up a victory over the Challenge Pro champion. That's right, folks. All 3 champions of PPW all went down in the first round of this tournament. Huge upsets. Per the rules of the World Championship and the Challenge Pro Championship, those guys do get number 1 contender spots for beating the champion. It was announced that next week it will be a triple threat match between the Challenge Pro champion, Jay Leon, Mickey Sin, and one other man who will be cited in a triple threat match fought under Challenge Pro rules. So next week you'll see a match. Keep your eye on social media to see the exact entrance of that match. Whoever wins that triple threat at the beginning of the show will move on to be a part of the Challenge Pro Championship match later on in the evening. We had one more first round match, and it was Marcus Smith himself, the professor, the leader of the science class. He took on Humek, the Aztec monster, the former PPW champion, who has been on a tear recently. And this one was, Marcus mentioned that brains would outdo brawn in this match. And at first, Marcus absolutely came out on fire, was hitting move after move, knocking down the big man. Marcus had a plan in place. What he did not have a plan for was Humek all of a sudden doing a gigantic splash onto him in the middle of the ring. It was a very, very short match, just a couple of minutes long, and Humek got the 5 count victory. Moving on to the second round of the tournament. Poor Marcus, he got squashed like a cockroach there, and Humek moved on to the second round of the tournament. Starting off the second round was the first 2 winners, Charlie Hustle, Brandon Campbell. They came out, and for this match, Brandon Campbell talked to the referee and got the science class banned from ringside. That's right, 1-on-1, Brandon and Charlie Hustle. Charlie had an incredible match here, got a lot of offense in on Brandon Campbell. Brandon, of course, the heavy favorite, being a former champion, being the new number 1 contender, having already beaten the heavyweight champion tonight. But of course, those dastardly science class students and the professors, Marcus Smith and Mickey Sin, they both came out, created chaos, held down Brandon's legs to make it so he couldn't kick out, and Charlie Hustle got the 5 count victory. Of course, this was not clean by any stretch. Brandon is going to be able to keep his head held high, but that put Charlie Hustle into the finals of the King Kong Bundy Memorial Tournament to face the winner of Mickey Sin and Humek, the other 2 winners from the first round. This one was academic. Mickey Sin came out alone. Humek, he's just been on such a tear as of late. Even though he lost the championship recently, he didn't even take the pinfall in that tag team match. He has been an unstoppable monster. He continued that today by beating Mickey Sin clean for a 5 count in the middle of the ring, setting up the finals of the tournament, which were Humek and the new and improved Charlie Hustle. But before we could watch those 2 men go at it, we had a tag team match that was made earlier in the evening. It was Matty Ice, Matt Vine, and Jesse Danger versus Marcus Smart and 0 gold. Of course, just 2 weeks ago at the final taping in Woodstock, Matty Ice had the quickest match in the history of PPW, defeating 0 gold. So they wanted revenge in this one. But come on, we're talking about Matty Ice. We're talking about Matt Vine, potentially the greatest competitor in the history of PPW. And if you have anybody else you want to name there, you're going to have to do a lot of convincing to convince me that he's not the best that's ever walked through the doors there. He and Jesse Danger got a dominant victory over those 2 members of the science class. They cleaned up business. They walked out with the win. And The pride was there in that one. The hometown kid, Jesse Danger, got the win over his rivals. Matty Ice with a successful venture into PPW, as he has always been able to do. A lot of success from PPW from Matty Ice, and he continued that tonight. Led us to the final match, the main event, the championship match of the King Kong Bundy Memorial Tournament. It was Brandon Campbell, it was Charlie Hustle, and we got to see a new winner crowned in the tournament as the Aztec Monster Humek defeated Charlie Hustle, got the 5 count, and became the King Kong Bundy Memorial Tournament champion. He got the special plaque of King Kong Bundy that always you see the winners of the tournament get. He got the adulation of the crowd, and he has pride in the locker room. He may have lost that PPW Heavyweight Championship just a few weeks ago, but he has this to hold his hat on now. And of course, he's going to be involved in any future looks at the championship, whether it be Jose Acosta holding the gold or if Brandon Campbell were to pick up the victory next week. If you want to find out who gets the win next week, you got to come out to Rockford. Our address on the website, I'll say it out loud as well, 3839 Broadway in Rockford, Illinois. Come on out. Doors open at 7 o'clock. Opening bells at 7:30. You can come on out. You can support your favorite wrestlers. Get a great night of pro wrestling action in Rockford at our studio tapings. Don't forget to follow us on all social media. Take a look for us on Pro Wrestling Tees. Go to ppwlive.com for all information. And follow us on all social media. Again, we're going to have a lot of information about Dominance 2023, which is coming up this week in Rockford. You're not going to want to miss that. As for now, though, for all of PPW, I'm going to sign out. This has been Dirty Dave. We'll look forward to seeing you next Saturday night in Rockford.